This is the Sean Yankee Show.
And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it.
In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Today, we've had a national tragedy. 2 airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack.
This episode of the Sean Yankee Show is being brought to you by the support of viewers like me. We realize the importance of independent media and truth in this time of mass deceit and propaganda. We have decided to fight for and support it to keep it alive. You can help us in this fight for truth. Contribute at patreon.com/Sean Yankee. Thanks for coming to the show. It'll begin soon.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sean Yankee Show. I'm Sean, and no matter when you're here or where you're at, you are in the right place at the right time. So settle in, get comfortable, because you picked a fantastic night to come to our show. We have a lot to get into tonight. We have a lot to unpack and do and talk about. A ton of stuff. But it's conspiracy theories and chill night. Tonight on the Sean Yankee Show, our theme is conspiracy theories. And I've got a really good one for you tonight. It's a really interesting one. Babos actually picked it. And we're going to get into some predictions for 2024 by a very prolific fortune teller, The Simpsons. So we're going to get into The Simpsons predictions for 2024 and what they think is going to happen in the coming year. We're going to cover all that tonight in Conspiracy Theories and Chill. That's all coming up. So if that sounds good to you, invite your friends, all that, and share this out. Get this out everywhere you can, far and wide. We're just a little independent show, completely dependent on you. Please understand that's true. Completely dependent on you. Talking to you now to get this out and get this seen. So remember to hit that like button. That's real important. A lot of people don't even do that. Hit that like button right now before you forget. Smash them shits. Hit that button. It's fun to press buttons. Hit it and then share it out. I don't care how you do that part. Send it to your friends, all your friends, every one of them. Even people you hope will be your friend, just send it to them because it's super cool. And then they'll be like, I want to be friends with that guy because he knows about really neat shit. Just trust me. It's a good idea to do. Plus, it's important. It's very important. You need to support independent media for sure. It's very important to do that. Crucial. But this particular little show has a very rare philosophy. We believe that if it can be destroyed by the truth, it should be. And everything centers around that. We think, I always talk like I have a mouse in my pocket. I think that the truth is the most valuable weapon that we have against the deceivers that rule over us. I think all of us can agree that there is a massive deception on humanity. We are living in a time of weaponized propaganda, when information itself is weaponized and is being scrubbed. Things are being eliminated in real time. History is being altered. It's a very interesting time to be alive. That was the most positive way I could phrase it. It's a frightening time. Coming from a conspiratorial mindset, I think it's a frightening time to be alive, but it's also exciting. We are witnessing the death of the Luciferian system, but we're dealing with psychopaths who have underground cities and a burn it to the ground mentality. So what will they resort to on their way out? Who really knows? Their ultimate goal involves wiping a large number of us out. But look how crazy shit is. That's the only thing you need to do to remind yourself that this is an illusion, man. It's an illusion, and it's losing its power. It's losing its hold. And that's why it's so batshit insane anymore. That's why things have gotten so crazy. It really is. That explains it all. When things start to make more sense, when you're looking at the big picture, when you realize you're dealing with literal demons walking this earth, and that those in charge, those who are really in charge, the ones that keep their fucking names off the richest people in the world list, the ones really pulling the strings, that own everything, they answer to literal demons. Everything starts to make more sense when you realize that. That's why, even though we can get into anything and everything on Conspiracy Theories and Chill Night, it's the best night, because opening your mind up to possibilities and to reality itself is crucial in order to be able to think clearly, to make any kind of sense of anything. And it's crucial to be able to do that right now, in the time that we're living in. It looks like Facebook just went down. I'm going to try to find out what happened with that. I'm going to see and make sure that we're still up on Rumble. Rumble's our primary live platform, but I do like to at least document it for future reference, that the show went down on Facebook. It tends to happen about once a week. So it happened again. Apparently, we went down on Facebook, but we are still up on Rumble, of course, and Twitter, X. So those are the two platforms we are still on. Let me see if I can find out why Facebook decided to kick us tonight. So far, I'm not seeing anything about it. Oh, let me try switching into the show profile and see if it'll tell me then. Wow. Let's see. It's not telling me, but it's gone. Like, it's gone from Facebook. I may decide to relaunch it in a second on Facebook. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it will let me. Let's see. It says to remove it. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have allowed Facebook to distract me so much, but I just don't like when it goes down. We'll see if that allows it to come back up. I'm not sure if that'll work or not, but maybe we'll come back up on Facebook. I don't know why it took us down. Usually it tells me the reason. It's not telling me the reason this time, but Facebook takes you down for different reasons. Lately, the reason it's been giving is that you're trying to solicit likes. You're trying to get people to like your post, which makes zero sense, by the way, because what other reason are you doing social media for than to share things out, have people interact with them, etc.? You know, there's no other reason to be doing stuff. So, anyways, it's just a scary time to be alive. It really is in a lot of different ways. You know, the censorship way is a big way. How much we're being censored, how much information is being scrubbed from the internet. I often wonder, like in even 5 years, how much we will seem fucking insane for saying that is absolute fact. We just won't be able to prove it anymore. I don't know. I drive myself crazy sometimes though, because like I will follow things out and keep following them out to the logical conclusion, you know, try to figure out where things are going, make sense of it. And when you do that with any of this shit, it gets pretty out of hand. But what we're going to get into, and I see Facebook's coming back up. Joan says Rumble's not letting her comment in the live chat. I noticed nobody had commented in the live chat. We may be having trouble on Rumble. Maybe we're having technical difficulties everywhere. We seem to be plagued with that too. That's a problem too, but that's a problem for another time. There's a lot to get into. We're going to get into a lot of it Friday night. Come back on Friday night. It's going to be the last Yankee Rants of the year. So Friday night at 8 p.m., we're going to be having Yankee Rants year in review. We're going to be going through this past year and breaking it down, and venting our frustrations, getting that all out, clearing the air. But tonight, we're going to go through some predictions made by a television show that happens to be very prolific in their fortune telling. The Simpsons. They get a lot of stuff right. You know, Babo's picked this, but it was a very good topic, you know, and very relevant, really. I'm curious to see it. We're going to watch a video tonight, and it's going to have a bunch of things that the Simpsons have predicted are coming in our near future. They've gotten a lot of stuff right. I have my own theories on why that is, but I want to hear from you. I mean, what do you think? Why do you think it is that Matt Groening and the gang over at The Simpsons are so fucking prolific in their fortune telling? Why are they always getting it right? How do they know? Maybe they're getting a script in advance. Maybe they're just lucky. What do you think? Well, we're going to be getting into a lot of stuff Friday night, though. So come back for that. And then next Friday night, if my math is correct, now Joan will correct me if I'm wrong, but if my math is correct, next Friday night is the 700th episode of this show. 700 The Sean Yankee shows. Next Friday night, we will hit that milestone. So anybody shopping for a present for me, I take cash in all sizes. I'm just kidding. It's going to be great, though. Come back for that next Friday night. 700th episode. Tony Smith's coming back, and he's going to debate. I forgot the other guy's name. I will find out for you. I will find it for you. But they're going to debate whether or not the Bible is the Word of God. So come back for that. Not this Friday, but next Friday. This Friday is the Yankee Rants year in review. I'm going to be ranting about everything that happened this past year, all the bullshit. But okay. So it looks like Facebook's back up now. I relaunched Facebook. We're up there. We're up on Rumble. Rumble's having a problem with comments. Something else that is just new news, I don't know, for any of our X viewers, you can now comment on X and it will show your comment in studio. So I, as far as it says, can pull in X comments now in studio. Now, if you're over on X, that means you can take part in the show. So take part. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to talk about what we get into. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to get into and a lot going on. So let's just jump in. If you guys are ready, we got a lot to cover, and it's Wednesday night, so let's change gears here. Let's change over to conspiracy theories and chill. All right, hey everybody, welcome back to Conspiracy Theories and Chill. This is a segment that we do on Wednesday nights on the Sean Yankee Show. We get into different ideas, anything you want, really. We open our mind up to all kinds of topics and discussions and ideas. Well, tonight, Babos wanted us to talk about something that I've often wondered. How come the Simpsons have gotten so much right in as far as predictive programming goes? Maybe I shouldn't have said it that way because that's what I think. That's why I think they've gotten it right. But as far as predicting the future goes. So, I don't know where to begin unpacking this. How many of you guys are fans of The Simpsons? Let me know in the comments if you're familiar with The Simpsons. It's the longest running cartoon in history, I believe. Longest running anything, I think. But they have gotten an unbelievable amount of things right as far as predicting the future goes. A creepy amount, enough that it's been covered multiple times. In fact, there is a new video that Babel's turned me on to that we're going to look at tonight and examine that goes into some of the things they're predicting for our near future. Some of the Simpsons predictions that have not come to be yet. We're going to get into that and check it out and see what they predict is coming for us now. Are you talking about The Simpsons, Joan? You have never seen The Simpsons? It is one of the most popular shows ever, and it's the longest running, I think. But Lisa says that she was on Rumble earlier. Before the Conspiracy Theories and Chill intro, we were talking about some problems in the live streaming. Rumble was having some problems with comments, but Lisa says everything's fine over there. So you may want to check back in if you were on Rumble. But yes, Joan, thank you. Share, like, and comment. Do not forget to hit that like button. So many people forget that. It's very important and very helpful. So smash them shits. Hit that like button and share this out. Get this out everywhere you can. But Facebook's already taken us down once tonight, so they may take us down again. This is the second try on Facebook. And I was talking a little bit about some stuff, and I still have some stories up here. I'm not going to get into them right now, but we're going to get into it Friday night. We have a lot to unpack. This year has fucking flown by. But, and we can get into this too. The Simpsons predicted a lot of what happened this year too. How does this show, this particular cartoon, keep getting so much right? I feel like, and I shared a meme on the page today that has to do with this same topic. It was talking about how 1984, Animal Farm, Brave New World, and I forget the other one, Fahrenheit 451, I think. We're all at these intersection and we're in the middle. It's not because all of these different fictional writers were lucky in their imagination of the future. It's that they were involved and inside and informed on the plan. They knew what was going to happen. So it's easy to write an interesting fiction story that becomes timeless because you seem like a fortune teller when you're in the know. Like with Brave New World in 1984, both of those authors were definitely in the inside, club. They were informed. Same's true of all of those things and a lot of this stuff. And I think that's what's going on with The Simpsons. But I think it's predictive programming. I think that they do that on purpose. That's all part of their sorcery, and it's how this all works. And the system is very intricate, and that's a big part of it. And that's why I think they get so much right, because they are preparing your mind for things coming in the future, for a pre-planned script. These psychopaths gather every year and plan out what they want to do. Philip knows. Triple P is in the house. Man, you got to come back on soon. We got to get Paranormal Triple P going again. So let me know, man. As soon as you're ready, reach out to me. I'm always ready. So I'm ready. When you're ready, we get together and we'll make Triple P happen again. Thanks for coming, dude. I'm glad you're here. And I think so. Joan said something about this. That Lisa says, did they predict Biden's going to die in 2024? I don't know if that'll be in tonight's video. I didn't want to spoil it. I want to react to it with you guys. Babel's picked it. So I don't know. I don't know what they predicted. We're going to get into that. Maybe it'll be in here. Joan said they did, though. I thought that they predicted that Trump was going to die. Didn't they predict that Trump was going to die and then Lisa would be president after Trump? It's been a really long time since I've seen an episode of The Simpsons, but I don't know how to segue into this. Well, let's just begin. We have a video. Babel's picked it out. She sent it to me, but we're going to check it out, and it has to do with predictions that The Simpsons have made for our future. So let's just jump into it, and I'll break in from time to time and give my insights, and I hope you will too. Like I said, if you're here on Facebook or X, your comments will pull right into the studio, and we can break them down. But I've been told that Rumble's back up, so if you're on Rumble, you can take part too. Go to the live chat; it's right into the video. Go to the live chat and take part. But let's bring up the video and check this out. Let's see what The Simpsons say is coming for our future.
Everybody knows The Simpsons. It's literally one of the longest-running series in the United States. But beyond the satire, the chaos, and the dysfunctional family with their crazy adventures, there is a dark secret. For many years, The Simpsons seem to have dropped predictions and prophecies that have proven to be very accurate. From the predictions of the 2020 COVID-19 outbreak to the rise of Kamala Harris as the first black female vice president, The Simpsons have operated on an unprecedented level of accuracy. So, what do they have to say about the year 2024? Get ready to be amazed as we examine 17 shocking predictions that The Simpsons have predicted for 2024. Number 17. Trump's 2024 presidential ambition. Are the writers and producers of The Simpsons experimenting with dark magic? Do they have a crystal ball through which they can accurately see into the future? Because they always seem to get their predictions right, and this is very, very strange, to say the least. Although, as you may already know, this cartoon series has made many astounding prophecies that came to pass, evoking awe and wonder in the hearts and minds of everyone. However, these guys decided to kick it up a notch, and their most dramatic one yet would be the prediction of Trump's 2024 presidential ambition.
In order to make America great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
On Tuesday, November 15, 2022, the former President of the United States, Donald Trump, arguably one of the most controversial the country has ever seen, depending on whose side you're on, decided it was time to reclaim the throne he lost 2021.
All right. I'm going to break in right here just to ask you one thing, because I said this. I only saw this much of the video. I kind of lied earlier. I saw this much. Were they predicting 2020 or 2024? Because they used the escalator thing. Now, it blew me the fuck away in 2020 when the Simpsons had already predicted Donald Trump coming down an escalator to announce his presidency, which is exactly how he did it in 2020. Are they talking about then or now? Which one are they talking about? Or what do you think? Or is it both?
But just as I promised, I am your voice.
In his usual grandiose fashion, Trump took to the stage and proclaimed his ambition with these iconic words. In order to make America great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States. That was when the screenwriter for the series, Al Jean, decided it was their time to shine again. Sharing a scene from a 2015 episode of the animated series, Mr. Jean showed the world that somehow they had predicted this way before Trump ever declared his intentions. In the 2015 episode titled Bart to the Future, Homer Simpson can be seen as he seems to fly past a sign in the background, which read, Trump 2024. Coincidence? This was even before Trump was ever president. So this revelation has been driving everyone crazy online. But as crazy as this prediction is, this next one takes it to another level. Number 16, AI robots take over. Apart from the wild antics of the characters in this show, and the fact that The Simpsons is a really good series, which depends entirely on your preference, one major thing that has made it a fan favorite is the seemingly accurate predictions. This one is even stranger than the first. Although the show is reputed for predicting the advent of many innovative technological gadgets, you will agree that this one is too accurate to be more than just a coincidence. Let us take you on a journey back to episode 17 of the series' 23rd season. In this episode, there's a scene where Homer lost his job due to the fact that his employer replaced all the human employees with robots.
Ladies and gentlemen, meet the future masters of the human race.
Sounds familiar?
You fool, these are robots.
Well, considering the astronomical strides that have been made in robotics and the development of artificial intelligence, could it be possible that in the near future, maybe even 2024, humans will begin to lose their jobs to artificially intelligent robots?
You will train them, and they will replace you.
As it stands now, you've probably heard of robots serving as waiters in Japan and all around the world. Is this the end of human labor as we know it? Or are we all just panicking too much about the threat of a robotic takeover? Hopefully, this never happens. But in case it does, The Simpsons will be glad to tell the world, we told you so. Number 15. Gover.
Hold on, I gotta back that up a little bit because I accidentally muted it. But I backed it up a little too much, but you'll forgive me. I know you will because you're awesome. I wanted to interject. They're moving too fast. The AI thing. Now, we need to talk about that more. I'm going to write that down. So we got to get into that. They are letting us train it, right? That's why you're getting to play with it. You know, ChatGPT and all that shit. We're getting to play with it so we can train it. We're training it. We're teaching it. We're running forward with this. You know, a lot of the smartest people in the world, including the guy who's like the face of transhumanism, you know, Neuralink and all that, Elon, says this is super dangerous. And it totally is. It totally is. They're opening a box they'll never be able to close again. But they're rushing into this AI and robotics shit. I don't know. What happens, though? What happens to our economy? We're clearly going to do this. We're clearly running into an iRobot meets the Terminator. I don't know. Help me build this Venn diagram. Meets a couple other things that will all mesh, and we're gonna embrace the robots and technology and all that. We're gonna do it. But what happens to the economy when they eliminate all the fucking jobs?
The human race.
Sounds familiar?
You fool, these are robots.
Well, considering the astronomical strides that have been made in robotics and the development of artificial intelligence, could it be possible that in the near future, maybe even 2024, humans will begin to lose their jobs to artificially intelligent robots?
You will train them, and they will replace you.
As it stands now, you've probably heard of robots serving as waiters in Japan and all around the world. Is this the end of human labor as we know it? Or are we all just panicking too much about the threat of a robotic takeover? Hopefully, this never happens. But in case it does, The Simpsons will be glad to tell the world, we told you so. Number 15, Mars Takeover. This next one is actually very freakish and will have you wondering if the scripts for this series were written by aliens or something, because the resemblance to real-life events is absolutely uncanny. In case you don't believe it, let us take you to episode 6 of season 27 of the series. In this episode, Lisa learns that the government was looking for volunteers who were willing to sign up for a migration to Mars.
And become the first residents of another world. Will you be one of them?
Enthusiastically, she volunteered, and so did the rest of the family. The rest of the episode had them going on some wacky, crazy adventures. But at the end of the day, their vehicle refused to start, and they ended up going nowhere. But that's not the end. This eerie episode ends with a glimpse into the year 2051, where Marge and Lisa were now living on Mars. If this doesn't sound like anything you've heard in recent times, then you may have been living under a rock. Everybody knows about Elon Musk's plans to colonize the Red Planet.
Elon Musk? I'm in charge of the whole Mars colonization project.
He has been going on and on about it for years, and even established his own private space exploration company for that sole purpose. Why do the dates scheduled for the Mars launch in this Simpsons episode have a striking resemblance to Elon Musk's plans? Is there something the writers and producers are hiding from us? For now, we will agree that it's all coincidence, but this sort of coincidence is sure to raise many, many questions in the minds of anyone who has seen this episode. Number 14, virtual reality food. Yes, you heard that right. Strange as it seems, there is an episode of The Simpsons where the characters feast on a delicacy of digital food. How is this possible, you ask? See for yourself in this spectacular episode, which features a scene where Homer and Marge can be seen feeding virtual fudge through a straw on the back of their virtual reality headsets. While this remains one of the wildest predictions made in this show, there might be a little element of reality to it. Before you discard this one as something that can never ever happen, allow us to introduce you to Aero Banquet's RMX, a culinary experience like you've never had before.
No.
Forget the fine dining of luxurious, exclusive, fancy restaurants and explore what it would feel like to dine in the digital world. Although virtual reality companies have made giant strides in several fields, including gaming, art, and even real estate, but this is something absolutely fascinating. According to the people behind this strange experiment, the aim of the project is to reframe the human perceptions and change the way we experience food. Could we be looking at such an experience becoming commonplace in 2024? Guess we'll have to wait and see.
Oh my God, they were like eating with meta masks on. What is that? What the fuck is that? This is the kind of shit, man. I'm telling you, it's crazy. And where's all this money coming from? Oh no, man, it's Nutter Butters. That's crazy. Look at him. You know, when you think about it, when you really think about it, is The Simpsons such a great show that it would survive for 20-something years? Or is it serving a purpose?
This virtual fudge tastes like crap.
Number 13, Baby Translator. Would you like to know exactly what your little infant or toddler needs whenever they go on a crying spree? Then this next invention is just for you. Okay, this one is pretty cool, but why did The Simpsons seem to have known about this invention way before we did? Also, what exactly is a baby translator? Well, it is exactly what the name says, a device that can finally solve the age-long mystery of what babies really want.
My baby translator. Lavish attention on me and entertain me.
Maggie, you talk!
In episode 24 of the third season of the series, titled Brother, Can You Spare 2 Dimes?, Herb Powell, Homer's half-brother, invents this magical device that could translate baby talk into actual speech. Pretty fascinating, right? But could such a device be replicated in the real world? Or is it just a fantastic idea that would never materialize? For most of you saying no, it can never be made into a real gadget, guess you didn't really read the title of this video now, did you? Because a company called Zoundream has finally built a machine that will blow your mind. The Swiss software company claims to have developed a fascinating piece of technology, known as that harnesses the power of artificial intelligence to determine what exactly babies want when they cry. Do they need comfort? Are they hungry? Or do they just want you to get your ugly uncle off their faces? You will be able to accurately determine what exactly your baby wants in a very near future, maybe even 2023. Now the big question is, did art imitate life, or did life imitate art? We'll leave that for you to decide. Number 12, female presidency. Is the United States of America ready to put a woman on the highest seat in the country? Are we ready for a female president? While there are no questions about the effectiveness of a female president, as women have proven themselves exceptional in the field of politics many, many times, the political landscape of the United States is filled with so many men that very few women have been able to walk through the corridors of power that leads to the White House. But
I just had to stop it for a second because he's selling this whole bullshit rap that our society has kept women from the White House. There was a woman that ran that got all the support she could have possibly gotten. She just wasn't popular at all. It's just our system is fucked. People were dying to vote for a woman president. In fact, they had printed thousands of copies of a magazine declaring our celebration for a woman president. People couldn't wait. She just sucked. There was no fucking way she could win, and she lost.
Do the Simpsons care about all this technical politicking? Not really. In the episode Back to the Future, Lisa becomes the first female president of the United States of America.
Yes, I am proud to be America's first straight female president.
In the episode, the country had gone broke due to the terrible financial decisions made by the fictional President Trump, and Lisa had to bring a tax hike to straighten things out a little. But with the 2024 elections coming up, maybe the Simpsons are ready to strike again. Many people claim that this one in particular has already been fulfilled, following the advent of Kamala Harris as the first black female vice president of the United States. But could we take it a step further? Could we be looking at the possibility of having a woman in the Oval Office? Once again, we'll have to wait and see. Number 11.
Before we let them tell us what number 11 is, I agree with Diane right here. I don't even think there will be an election in 2024. There's going to be some kind of black swan false flag event go on, and something's gonna happen. I don't know what yet, man. Something's gonna happen, I'm telling you. There ain't gonna be an election. I don't know. I'm probably gonna be wrong. I'm wrong about fucking anything anymore. I'm not the only one saying it though, and they're even saying it on mainstream media now, which is pretty weird when you think about predictive programming, which is something we're talking about right now. They said it on CNBC. There was probably going to be some kind of black swan type event that would cause there to not be an election. They said it on regular TV now. They're saying it all over the place. Lisa thinks it's going to be a cyber attack. I saw a lot of things like that maybe it would have something to do with what happens in that new Barack Obama movie, Leave the World Behind, which is also predictive programming that I'm wanting to see, only because I know that it is, and I want to pick it apart. I just want to see what's in there. I don't think it's good. It might be good. I don't give a shit, though. I want to look at it for different reasons. Babels don't want to watch it, though, because she don't like anything realistic. She don't want to look at nothing that may actually happen, which I think is kind of silly, but I also kind of get it.
Black hole. Here's something that will definitely spook you out of your mind. We travel back to the 24th season of this show, and this time around, we're looking at the second episode, which aired on March 24, 2013, titled Treehouse of Horror 23. This episode follows the adventure of this dysfunctional family as they try to escape the wrath of a mysterious black hole, which threatens to swallow the entire Springfield into a world of darkness and nothingness. After accidentally creating this terrifying cosmic demon, Lisa takes it home to keep everyone safe from it. But as you already know, whenever the Simpsons are involved, chaos most definitely ensues. At the end of the day, the black hole eventually sucked all of Springfield, leaving Maggie alone in the ruined town. Now, while this is most definitely a work of fiction, many are worried that we could be on the edge of a catastrophic natural event, the likes of which our world has never experienced before. Although, according to scientists, the closest black hole to our planet is located some 1,560 light-years away, so there's really no chance this could happen. But it's the Simpsons, and some of their most unprecedented prophecies have come to pass. So, should we be scared? Is 2024 the year of the end of the world as we know it? Number 10.
All right, not to fearmonger or anything here, but they're making fucking black holes right here on Earth, which is fucking crazy, but they're doing that. And then who knows what they're doing with CERN? Who knows what they're doing with the web of CERNs? CERN ain't the only fucking CERN. So who knows what they're doing with all of that?
Hover cars of the future. You've probably seen this one in many sci-fi, futuristic movies, but The Simpsons did it even better. In episode 15 of season 16 of The Simpsons, titled Future Drama, Bart and Lisa see the future of the family, and what they saw was truly astonishing. In this supposed future, Homer and Bart travel around in style as they cruise through the streets in their hover cars. With no tires, these bad boys can go anywhere, and the reference is a play on a technology that has been in research and development for many years. But could 2024 be the year we finally get to see the hover car? Before you dismiss this idea as wishful thinking, consider this. A company named Simpsons Sky, which is based in Oregon, is expected to begin deliveries of its Switchblade flying car in 2024. The car has been in development for 14 years, and finally they are not just ready to showcase it to the whole world, but also to begin delivery to their customers. Finally, you can beat the stubborn traffics and avoid road rage by soaring high in the skies. But the big question is, would you also need a pilot license along with your driver's license to be able to operate this vehicle? We'll leave that for you to argue out. Number 9. Hologram technology. These days, technology is moving at such a fast pace, most of us can't keep up. But The Simpsons, they're miles ahead of us. In one of these episodes, Bart takes a look into the future through one of Professor Frink's thingamajig, and what he saw might just be a prophecy of things to come.
Hologram for Bart Simpson.
In this supposed future, a deadbeat Bart receives a hologram message inviting his band to a gig at the club.
Hey, Dingus, your band can play at my club tonight.
But how did The Simpsons develop the idea of the widespread use of the hologram technology? And could 2024 be the year when holograms become as commonplace as the cell phone? Maybe that's a huge leap, but you get the idea. As it stands now, the world has already been blessed with a fancy technology known as the DreamIc HD3 holograms. This fascinating three-sided holographic display case can show a 3D image of anyone and anything from anywhere in the world. Imagine sitting in your room and watching your boyfriend teach you the latest TikTok dance from way over there on the other side of the world. How cool would that be? While this amazing technology is only available in about 500 Best Buy stores nationwide, could we be looking at a more widespread use and maybe even a decompression of the platform within the year 2024? Sounds pretty ambitious, but if it ends up coming to pass, we'll always remember The Simpsons did it first. Number 8, Ivanka Trump's president.
That little hologram, isn't that like what they do in Star Wars? So aren't they just copying Star Wars right there? Not that we won't have holograms and shit, or don't already. Aren't they kind of copying Star Wars, though, with that one? There's a reach, I think.
Are the writers of The Simpsons obsessed with Donald Trump and his family? Before you answer this, consider the fact that in an episode of the series, which aired in October 2016, the writers dropped a subtle hint suggesting that Ivanka Trump, the daughter of the former U.S. President Donald Trump, would run for president. In this episode, Homer Simpson can be seen wearing a badge that said Ivanka 2028. Could this be another accurate prediction made by this series? Although Ivanka Trump has solidified her status as an imposing figure in the political landscape of the United States, is the possibility of a presidency feasible? But that wasn't the first time Ivanka made an appearance on the show, at least her character did. She was also featured in a 2017 episode where she replaced Ruth Bader Ginsburg on the Supreme Court while modeling a robe and earrings from her collection. Would an Ivanka Trump run for presidency come as a shock to you? We'll also leave that for you guys to argue out. Number 7, AI goes rogue. With the recent massive development in the world of artificial intelligence, are we really sure that we are not empowering technology to take us out? Could we find ourselves at the mercy of our own creations in the near future? Before you dismiss this as an irrational fear propagated by conspiracy theorists, you should listen to this former Google chief engineer who lost his job after revealing to the world that the company's latest artificial intelligence had become sentient.
There are similarities between how Lambda thinks and how people think, or how humans think.
This meant that it had evolved on its own and was able to feel things. Now that's super freakish. In the past, this would have been dismissed as pure lies, but coming from a man like Blake Lemoine, who was a high-ranking engineer at Google before his appointment was terminated, everyone sat up and listened. But we were forewarned by The Simpsons. In the 1994 episodes titled Itchy and Scratchy Land, the family visited a spooky version of Disneyland, which was fully staffed by robots. As the scenes unfolded, the robots went haywire and began to murder everyone. While the possibility of this could be well far off from 2024, it raises a huge concern about how far we are willing to go with artificial intelligence. If this human creation evolves to a point where humanity becomes a bother, where do we run to? Number 6. Music-induced mind control. The government is trying to control you through a series of subconscious processes. This was the message many people got from the 14th episode of The Simpsons' 12th season. But can we really blame anyone for overthinking The Simpsons' predictions? After all, they've been right so many times. In this particular episode, a music producer selects Bart, Nelson, Milhouse, and Ralph to form the next hit boy band party posse. Sick name, right? But beneath the surface, there was a diabolical plan at play. In their hit song, Dropped a Bomb, which was accompanied by a music video that featured the strange line "Even eat Neo J" in the chorus. Party Posse subconsciously controlled the minds of the listeners, passing a subliminal message. When you spell this strange line backwards, it reads, "Join the Navy." As the music spread far and wide, it began to take effect on the entire population of Springfield. During a confrontation with the music director, Lisa discovered that he was indeed a Navy lieutenant, and according to him, music had long been used to recruit young men into the military. This was especially true during the Second World War, that is, in the real world. During the war, the United States sought to weaponize entertainment as a form of propaganda, citing cinema as one of the most powerful propaganda weapons at the disposal of the United States. That indeed is a direct quote from the Office of Strategic Services, now known as the CIA. Many people have also been raising questions about the nature of music in this age, with catchy, repetitive lyrics and hypnotic tunes. Have we been silently controlled by the government for many years, unknown to us? Will we see this play out even more in 2024? This topic has been a gold mine for conspiracy theorists who exploit the opportunity of such a discourse to showcase their many theories on the subject of entertainment and the government. Now it's
Hold on, I'm just going to stop there for a second. Have you ever seen that episode? It's very blatant. Like a lot of this is. A lot of it is. You know, it'll be the main focus of an episode and shit. So, I don't know, I thought I had more to say. I kind of do, but I don't. I don't want to take away. And I don't know where he's going. It would be easier if I had seen this already, but let's just continue.
Time for today's subscriber pick. Through the years, many have been astonished as the predictions and prophecies made by The Simpsons come to pass one by one. From the death of Kobe Bryant to an accurate prediction of a Super Bowl scoreline, the series has proven itself to be an accurate predictor of future events. Most people were especially blown away when their predictions of Trump running for the presidency in 2024 came to pass. While these happenings may all be phenomenal, we must understand that all these are simple coincidences. Or at least that's what the producers would like us to believe. But there are conspiracy theories, wild ones that speculate that something else must be brewing behind the scenes. Do you think there is more to these accurate depictions? Or are they just simple coincidences like everyone wants to believe? Share your thoughts on this with us in the comment section. Now, back to the video. Number 5. Willie Nelson goes for a swim. Not every single prediction from The Simpsons speaks of doom and the end of the world. Some are pretty much satirical, like this one, which aired in October 1991, where the iconic country singer-songwriter swam through the English Channel to the massive adoration of his fans. Willie Nelson is one of the most recurrent characters in the series, where he usually plays himself. But not everything about this series is made with utmost accuracy concerning dates, history, facts, and the perception of the future. Why the writers decided to to include this skit of Willie Nelson swimming across the English Channel is unclear to us. But this is where we need to consider the fact that beyond the correct predictions and the accurate prophecies, The Simpsons is simply an animated movie, and the aim is not to tell you what the future holds. Some of these writers were just having fun as they wrote. So will Willie Nelson swim across the English Channel in real life in 2024? Well, probably not. Why, you ask? He's 90 years old as it is now, so we're pretty sure such a daunting task is not high on his bucket list. If he ever decides to attempt such a feat, though, it would be a very interesting sight to witness. Number 4.
My mic was muted. There was no one here to tell me that it was muted, but it was. I figured it out myself. You see, I always would have. Anyways, did they say that was the audience pick? The audience picked that? Willie Nelson swimming the English Channel? Of course, that's just a joke. Did they really waste a pick on that? I don't know. But you're right, Diane. You know, I haven't agreed with everything on this list, but a lot of it, though. A lot of it's either coming to be or it has already happened, arguably. So, and that many coincidences are impossible. I don't tend to believe in coincidences, especially when they pile up like this.
Economic collapse. Okay, we're back to our predictions of doom and gloom. So, is the United States headed for a serious economic collapse that could send us right back to times like the Depression? Economic analysts seem to think so. By studying the trajectory of the economic nosedive the country has taken, expert economists predict the United States could experience some really terrible times in the coming year. But let's face it, this is not a unique problem. Every single country in the world is going through hard times right now. With the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Ukraine-Russia war, and several other conflicts around the world, it's a miracle our civilization has not collapsed. So, what exactly does this have to do with The Simpsons, you ask? Well, they warned us about it back in the year 2000, in an episode titled Bart to the Future. Now, you will agree that this is one of the most famous episodes in the series, and a vocal point for many people who seek to extract prophecies from the series, just like us. But the accuracy is so unsettling. Get this, according to the episode, the economic collapse occurs during Donald Trump's presidency. Before you argue that Trump is not the current president, consider the fact that this former president is also contesting for presidency in 2020, so you can connect the dots from there. Spoken like a true conspiracy theorist, right? Well, chances are, if you're watching this video, you're also quite the conspiracy theorist yourself, aren't you? Number 3. World War III. On November 22, 1987, a special episode of The Simpsons aired on The Tracy Ullman Show. And although it was very, very hilarious, there might be a hidden message in there somewhere. Before you accuse us of grasping for straws, consider the fact that many of the accurate predictions made in this show were sometimes simple side notes that nobody really paid attention to. Anyway, the episode centers around Homer Simpson repeatedly pranking his family with World War III scares. Many times during the episode, he would wake them up, asking them to rush into the fallout shelter, as if it was the end of the world.
It's World War III!
Would a makeshift shelter in the house of an ordinary American man shield him and his family in the case of a nuclear fallout? We'll leave that for the Mythbusters to figure out. While this episode was considered satire, on the eventual occasion that a serious conflict between the world powers begins to play out, many American households could find themselves reenacting the scenes in this episode. As it stands, we are way closer to this Third World War than we were when the episode aired. First, we had a World War scare in 2020, before the virus came. Secondly, if you study world politics very carefully and the many, many conflicts that have erupted in many places around the world, you will see that our world is not at peace. Although we are not at war, we are far from experiencing a peaceful existence. Could 2024 be the year when everything reaches its peak and all the nations bring out their big guns to wipe everybody out? We certainly hope not, and we advocate for peace in every country where war is currently ongoing. Number 2, Barbie movie release and Trump's arrest. Although this one is not really a prediction
Barbie
for
movie?
2024, it still deserves a mention because of how astonishingly accurate it is. You could call it an honorable mention. Remember when Trump got arrested on the same day the new Barbie movie came out? Well, The Simpsons predicted that many years ago. An episode in season 5 of The Simpsons features a scene where a news anchor delivers the news of the uncanny coincidence between the release of a new Barbie doll and a president's arrest. In this episode titled Lisa versus Malibu Stacy, news broke of the release of the rip-off version of the Barbie doll. After giving an extensive 28-minute report of the Barbie doll release, the news anchor casually mentions that the U.S. president had been arrested just before closing the show.
Though it was unusual to spend 28 minutes reporting on a doll, it's just really fascinating news, folks. Good night. Oh, and the president was arrested for murder. More on that tomorrow night.
This is reminiscent of the circumstances surrounding the arrest of former President Donald Trump on...
Hold on, I don't know where he's going with that. That's pretty weird, right? That's pretty weird. But isn't this fucked up? We're definitely going to have to get into this Friday night. But this is crazy. This don't even seem real. That's real, by the way. That's not an AI-generated image. That is Trump coming out after being arrested. I don't know. I just thought that was a noteworthy pause. Forgive me.
On April 4, 2023, an event that went underreported, as many news outlets preferred to focus on the new Barbie movie. How could this real-life event be so related to a simple fictional comic series? We really cannot tell. This occurrence is a testament to the strategy employed by the media, where much attention is given to an insignificant event when something absolutely major is going on. Have you ever seen your favorite new channel air an extensive report on something absolutely irrelevant while the world burns? That's exactly what we're talking about. It's everywhere, and we just can't escape it. Number 1, zombie apocalypse. This one may seem to be more of a stretch, but it's one of the Simpsons' predictions that still hasn't come to pass, so we can't rule anything out. In this chilling episode, a zombie apocalypse takes over the fictional city of Springfield, home to the Simpsons. While the possibility of a real zombie apocalypse is really slim, we can't dispute this as just mere fiction, considering the fact that about 30 of the seemingly simple scenes from this series have come to pass in real life. We will be doing ourselves a disservice by discounting these scenes as mere works of fiction. But at the end of the day, The Simpsons is just a comic series, and many of these prophecies are just coincidental, right? We'll have to wait and see how everything plays out in the year 2024. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.
All right. So I should have took notes. I didn't take notes, but there was a lot in there, man. There's a lot that's coming. The one that stands out, really the only one that stands out to me, is AI. Because there was a couple different ones in there. It had to do with AI coming in general, and then the rise of the robots, and then AI turning on humanity. So there was those things. And then the zombie apocalypse. The zombie apocalypse is arguably already taking place. You know, we're arguably already in the zombie apocalypse. So it just kind of depends on how you look at that one. What else was in there? So it was the female president, but I don't think that's Kamala. Although, and they didn't mention it in the video, couldn't it be argued that she already has been president? Wasn't she president for a brief period of time? Am I mistaken in that? I think that happened, didn't it? We got to get into a lot of stuff Friday night, too. Friday night's going to be the year in review rant. So, you know, I'm going to have to dig through a lot of stuff. Too much shit happened in the course of this past year. A crazy amount of stuff. But I don't think the female president was Kamala. I don't think that's who that's talking about. And didn't, in The Simpsons, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the female president, didn't Lisa become president after Trump? President Trump dies, right? And Lisa becomes president. Diane thinks Hillary and Gavin Newsom will be installed. Gavin Newsom is being groomed for sure to be president. It seems like he's the replacement for Joe Biden. They don't want Joe Biden to run. You know, the Democrats are even putting out pieces in their propaganda machine saying, yeah, impeach Joe Biden. Go ahead and do it. We want you to. We want you to impeach him. Please do. We don't want him here either. We're sick of him as well. So, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't really think that we'll have an election. We're going to find out, though. It's just that Trump ruined the economy and Lisa becomes president. Didn't Trump die on the Simpsons? Why do I remember that? Hold on. I'm going to Google this. We're going to get Google involved in this one here, even though Google is less and less reliable every day, but we'll see. If Trump died on The Simpsons. Let's see. It says it's a doctored photo of an animated Trump lying in a coffin that The Simpsons did not, I repeat, did not predict the death of Donald Trump. That is a doctored image, it says. Is this a Mandela? Do any of you guys remember this, or was I just tricked by this doctored image? Lisa remembers it. It looks like Lisa remembers it. She says there was it's not letting me put it up, but she says there was a Trump casket in The Simpsons. I remember that shit too. I'm looking at a picture of it though, and this is the picture in my memory. Let me see if I can show it to you guys. And it says it's fake. It says it's not real. That my computer's being weird. I'm sorry, I apologize, but it's moving very slowly. I'm trying to get a hold of the image here so I can show you. But it says this is it's not real. If you also have that memory of that image, Trump in a casket on The Simpsons, and in the episode where Lisa becomes president is in my memory, you share this Mandela with me, because I think it's a Mandela. That's creepy to me, but maybe not. Maybe it's nothing. You tell me. You let me know. Joan says that she saw one, but it was Biden in the casket. Lisa says there has been a recent Mandela incident. What's the other ones? What's some other new Mandelas? Let me know. I want to know, because you know what's funny? Babos never experiences any Mandela effects. Ever, ever, ever. And it freaks me out. It really does freak me out. Diane was talking about her wallet being much happier when Trump was in office. And we're going to get into that Friday night. We're going to talk about some of that stuff. So I know why you'd say that. But how much of that do you really think was, really attributed to Trump? How much do you think the U.S. president is actually in control of? Is maybe a better way of saying that. How much is theater and how much is real, in your opinion? But anyways, how was your Christmas? Mine was pretty good. It was stressful. Christmas is stressful for me. I don't know. It stresses me out. But it went pretty good. I got a new chair. That's pretty cool. And it is something I never would have picked. Babel's got it for me, because my old chair, which I really love, I love that chair, I still do. It's a fantastic chair, but I broke it with my big fat ass. So, so she got me a stronger chair. I hope it's stronger. It seems stronger. It seems pretty strong, but it's a different color than I would have ever picked. I usually pick like a black. I go with something like that. Check it out. I'll let you look at it yourself. Hold on, check it out. So it's ivory, It's ivory. If you couldn't tell because of the blue light. But I never would have picked that color. I really like it though. It's growing on me. I like it a lot. That was one of my Christmas gifts. Diane says that Christmas never stresses her out. Oh, I hate it. I shouldn't have said it that way. Do though. I like it though too. Like I enjoy it when it's done. Until then, I'm an anxious mess, and I don't know why. I shouldn't. Every time it actually unfolds and happens, I'm like, I completely overreacted. And I know that, but somehow I don't remember it, and it all just repeats. But oh, those were Christmas presents too. The Hello Kitty pajama bottoms, they're pretty badass. They are men's pajama bottoms. It said it right on the tags, so I assure you that they are, and they are very comfortable. They are forever soft, and yeah, I forgot I was wearing those. But yeah, they're really comfy, and they were a Christmas present. Oh, the wheels were squeaky before? I never noticed the wheels squeaking. Yeah, this one's real quiet. It's real quiet, and the armrests they go up. I can raise them up if I want, and then I'll watch like I look all futuristic, like I look like it has something behind me. See, I can raise them up like that, or I can put them back down, where I can rest my arms on them, and that's nice too. Look, you're not wrong. You're not wrong about that, Lisa. Christmas is absolutely a pagan holiday. It is. And I wasn't gonna, but I did share out stuff about that. We almost did a show. And I almost went on and talked about that. Like, because it is. It is. It is a pagan holiday. Because she's right. Christmas has absolutely nothing to do with the birth of Jesus Christ. And, it's true. It is. But I got these really cool pajama pants and a chair. And I had a good time, We made cookies and stuff. It was cool. But yeah, I know. It's a weird time to be alive, isn't it? It is a weird time to be alive. And the more you know, the weirder it gets. But mine too. Dion said it's his favorite pagan holiday. Mine too. It is a lot of fun. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's my favorite. It's pretty cool. I don't know. How do you feel about it? What do you think? What do you think about Christmas? Is it okay? Even though technically, like everything about it, down to the tree even, and I don't know if gift giving is. I was looking into it, but I didn't look very deep. Is gift giving part of it? Part of the pagan elements? None of it's Christian, by the way. None of it. Anyways. Holy shit, real quick. Have you seen the little parody video that someone made where it's an Old West video, but it's the whole story of Corn Pop. It's fantastic. I will have to re-find it and share it on the Sean Yankee Show page. I'm going to have to work on finding that. It's very funny. But yeah, the Corn Pop story is crazy. That's our president right now. And you know, the whole thing's batshit fucking crazy. But we're going to get into that Friday night. Come back. So Friday night is going to be the year in review rant. We're going to be talking about the whole year, which I thought was going to be really cool, but wasn't, and flew by the way. And I can't believe it's already over. We're going to get into all that on Friday night. Come back for that. And then next Friday night, Tony Smith's having another rant. He's going to be ranting, not a rant, a debate, rather. A debate instead of what I said. Forget what I said, because it's actually a debate. And I'm trying to stall and give myself enough time to... wait. I finally got the reason why Facebook took down tonight's show. It goes against their community standards on spam. I spammed you. Oh my goodness. I feel terrible. Our standards on spam, this is Facebook standards on spam. They don't allow that shit. They don't allow people to try to get likes, follows, shares, or video views. Don't try to do that shit on Facebook. If you repeat the same comment, if you're trying to get fake likes, follows, shares, or video views, or coordinate your likes to make something look more popular, if you're telling people to smash them shits, for instance, if you're saying hit that like button, you're breaking the rule on spam. I would like to disagree with the decision. I'm just walking you through it. I'm in real time reacting to this happening on Facebook. I disagree with all of them, by the way, and they always tell me they're right. By the way, they don't ever agree with me. I forgot what I was doing because Facebook distracted me. I was doing something, wasn't I? It was. I went to Facebook for a reason. What was it? What on earth was it? Anything it could have been. It could have been a lot of things. Shit, I'll never remember now. Oh, yeah, now I remember. Hold on, I got it. I was looking for that guy's name that Tony's going to debate. Dan McKenna. Dan McKenna and Tony Smith are going to debate next Friday night on the 700th episode of the Sean Yankee Show, which I hope you'll come back for as well. But until then, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for coming. Thank you for participating and taking part in finding out what the Simpsons think is going to happen in 2024. I will see you Friday night for the Year in Review rant. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and God bless.